we have some unnamed patriots, heroes of the country, but some have died, others are dying, others will die without mention. It is good to mention something that one person did, just one thing, so that we can remember him forever. It's a very little thing that somebody can have done, and it will be forever remembered. I even didn't know it. It is only when Daniel Arap Moi had died that Philip Leakey came out and told us what he had done. It is only on that he was seen on TV and even wrote it on the papers. If Moi would have been alive today, or if Leakey would have died ahead of Moi, then we would never have known that. I think we should be grateful to such people who do just one little thing, but very important to all of us. And before he dies, because he's not young, before anything, in Kenya, we, especially lawyers, we are so good in praising somebody who's dead. You attend a lawyer funeral, you'll think that only good lawyers die. Philip Leakey, I'll come into details, but let me just go straight to the point. If you go to Kibra has a majority, I think, is the headquarters for Nubis. We have Nubis elsewhere. I think the second largest Nubi place is Eldama Ravine, and so on and so forth. But Kibra, I think, is the largest, not only the largest, but single most. It is over 90% of the Nubis are from Kibra. And Nubis do not have land, do not have title deed. They have land, but they don't have title deed. One day I'll talk about that. And one time, Langata people were visiting President Moi. And according to Philip Leakey, which I also agree because I know that, especially having been on the desk, having or controlling intelligence to and from State House. I've never been to State House. I know that Moi hated ambushes. Moi has a meeting with people, and then you suddenly tell him, "Oh, Mtukufu Rais, can you assist us in this and that?" And he hated that. And if you did that, most likely, whatever request you have made did not gain favor. So what Philip Leakey did is that even at the time of recording this, I don't think Nubis have yet received the title deed. But if you look properly, you'll find that all mosques, and you see in a place where are dominated by Nubis, expect a lot of mosque per square kilometer as compared to other places. So he organized and got all mosques in Kibera have got title deeds. That is, he has done a lot, he has done whatever, especially for Kibra people. But I want to say that the one single thing that he did, and he will forever be remembered if people can still keep this recording, is that he is the one who had the mosques have title deeds. How did he have it? When they were when the Langata people were to visit President Moi, you see, usually, first of all, there is a meeting. You meet, you tell you are leaders of Langata. You meet and then say things that you would want to be covered in the speeches to the president. When you talk, you write down a memorandum. But Leakey went a step further. He went and saw the president personally, and he told him that it is a bit complicated to have all the newbies, because you see, for them to have title deeds, they have to their names are got to be written. It has to be demarcated here and there. But mosques were all demarcated, the compound, and then each mosque was given a title deed. So he told the president, do us a favor, just give us that. Then the president said that he'll do that. Then he went back, talked to the people, and talking to the people is now telling them, please, when we go there, msiongee mbaya or anything, whatever, because, or you don't, yani, toe in line. So they went there. When it reached the time for the MP for the area to talk, he stood up and said, sir, Nubians, he's a mzungu, but he said, sisi wa Nubi, that is now how politics is. Sisi wa Nubi, tungeomba tupewe at least shamba, lakini hata kama shamba itachukua muda mrefu, tungeomba kwamba kila msikiti kwanza ipewe title deed as a matter of urgency. And he talked whatever he talked, sat down, other people talked whatever they talked. The last person to talk was Mtukufu Rais Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. Then he called, for that meeting to be held, already the Commissioner of Lands, Gashanja, was there. So president behaved as if he was hearing that. He said, hey, you don't have title deeds. Wapi Gashanja? Simamisha mambo ya title deed Kenya yote mpaka misikiti yote ya Kibira ipewe title deed. He said he'll do that, and those people were given title deeds. Now, who is Philip Leakey? Philip Leakey is from the famous Leakey family. His parents are the ones who used to excavate skeletons of people who died millions of years ago. His parents are even known. They are even known to have associations with the Kenya Museum and things like that. And it is said that it is his mother who discovered those bones while they were together with her husband. But those days, gender issues were still not there. So it was claimed that it is his father who discovered that, but it was his mother. Philip Leakey has a brother called Richard Leakey. I think Kenyans know Richard Leakey more than all the Leakeys all around. Richard Leakey. There's a quotation which Richard Leakey said, which is very academic. Richard Leakey was a Form 2, if not a Form 4. But he started following the excavation work of his parents, and he did it so well that he knew it. And then one day he was called to give a lecture for the geologists. Yeah, he was to give a lecture to the geologists at Nairobi University, where he told people, hey, bwana, I'm a Form 2, and I've never stepped in any university. The first time I went to the university is today. The first time I ever entered the gate of the university today, not as a student, not as a freshman, but I've entered the university to give a lecture. So he was known along those things. He's also known as the founding director of Kenya Wildlife Services. During our time, Kenya Wildlife Services used to be called Game Department. It was a game department. It's like a police department within the Ministry of Wildlife. But the government decided to make it. They wanted to make him the director of game department, but he refused. So him and Hilary Ngweno pushed for KWS to be started as a parastatal. Where Hilary Ngweno was the chairman of the board of directors, and Richard Leakey was a member of, was the executive director, or nowadays they call them director general. From there, he went and with Kina Paul Mwite, They started Safina. Then later, when there was a lot of corruption in the government, they insisted on clean people to be there. He left politics shortly and joined, he was the chief secretary, head of the public, whatever, head of the public services, permanent secretary. That is what was now called a dream team. The World Bank and IMF refused to give Kenya money until there was a dream team. When the dream team was made, and he was the permanent secretary and head of the civil service, and then the IMF gave money, the dream team was chased away. They had come only to, okay, that is Richard Leakey. Philip Leakey, very little is known about him, but we will share the little we know. He took over Langata. I'll not talk about Langata constituency because I'll be told I hate a certain tribe. The first MP for Langata was Ratib Hussein. Ratib Hussein, who was a Nubian. Then Yunus Ali took over. Then when he took over, uh, the next, I'm not, as of this time, I'll tell you in the comment section. I think Philip Leakey took over, and Mwangi Maathai took over from Philip Leakey. Between Mwangi Maathai and Philip Leakey, as of now, I don't know who came there first. But during the time of Mwangi Maathai and Philip Leakey, we used to swim in Nairobi Dam because I was a student at Mbagathi Road Primary School. Those days, he used to, Mwangi Maathai took over from him because I remember Richard Leakey used to tell him that Kikuyus wamejiorganize, that seat will be. Then when Mwangi Maathai took over, Philip Leakey even went to court to appeal, but Richard was telling him, hii serikali ya Wakikuyu, those are the days when Jomo Kenyatta was there. Then Mwangi Maathai was there. For those of you who do not know, Mwangi Maathai was the former husband of Wangari Maathai, the special lady. Former husband. He was the former husband of Professor Wangari Maathai. So when Leakey was there during KANU days, KANU was the only party, and each candidate had to look for a symbol that was unique. And since he was called Philip Leakey, his symbol was a key, as those who are old like me can remember. So in those so many words, we want to salute him for making all the mosques in Kibra have their title deed. That was a very big step, even though I'm not a Muslim. And he is not a Muslim. But he did something good to our Muslim people within Kibra. Thank you.